Hi, this is John narrating today's video. Today I'm actually delighted to bring you two great Art Nouveau art style tarot decks. On the left, we have the Golden Art Nouveau tarot with gold foil throughout the deck, and this is by Lo Scarabeo, and it comes in a basic tuck box with pretty much your basic little white book, maybe a step above average. And on the right, we have the Tarot Mucha. This is also by Lo Scarabeo, and it comes in that famous cardboard box. Lift the top off. Really quite a heavy-duty box to store any tarot deck in. These are great to have on hand. And this work is based on Alphonse Mucha. He was an artist, and he pretty much took Art Nouveau and really added to the entire phenomena at the time. Now, these decks were put together by Giulia Massaglia. She's a French gal, and she did the Tarot Mucha in 2014, and she did the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot in 2019, so about a 5-year spread there. Anyways, the cards were done. They're different. The Art Nouveau Tarot follows RWS pretty much, and then the Tarot Mucha kind of does its own thing. There's a lot of RWS elements in this deck, but it also goes off on its own tangent. Now, this beautiful woman you see here on my desktop is Sarah Bernhardt, and she was a French actress, and Mucha pretty much made her famous. He utilized her as a model in many of his art pieces. So she became famous, and he became famous by utilizing her. Now look at the floral in this. Look at the floral that surrounds her, and see the floral in her hat, and also these gracious curvy lines, and the use of color here. The hues are extraordinary. And this particular painting is called Reverie, I guess you say. And this is available on Amazon for about 10 or 11 bucks in case you're interested. And it's kind of water resistant. It has a vinyl texture. It says it's canvas, but I disagree. But it is a very good art print for the money, if you're interested. Now, Mucha also did stained glass work. You can still see this stained glass work inside the Prague Castle. So it's something worth checking out if you ever get over there and you're into art. But I've seen pictures of it, and it's fantastic. Anyways, well, that's enough of a side talk. Let's get down to the cards themselves. Now, we see a heavy influence of RWS on the Art Nouveau, and we see less of an influence on the Tarot Mucha. And there's another big difference is the card stock. These cards are about 23 cards thicker than the Art Nouveau. So Tarot Mucha is much thicker. Cardstock is same height, just a little bit wider on a Tarot Mucha, and it has a very gloss finish to it. And some people like that, some people don't, but that's what it is. And also, we see that Giulia has put women into a lot of the characters which were traditionally men. So I'll point that out as we go through the decks. But both decks are great. The Art Nouveau has gold foil throughout, and you can see that in this Fool card. You can see the gold reflection off the light. And here is a female Fool in a Tarot Mucha. So that's interesting. I really like that. I like this card because it's female, and it's just a nice, a very nice illustration of a Fool. So that's our first card. And next we have the Magician, and we also have a female as a magician character. Here we see more RWS in this magician. So a little more conventional, whereas this is going off on its own tangent. But pretty cool. I like that. We see more females in the decks. And we have the High Priestess. Now, I think the Tarot Mucha, I think the High Priestess looks a little more approachable, if I may say. I don't know why, but the conventional RWS, she seems to be removed from people a bit. Although the meaning of the card is not that, but this seems like a very approachable High Priestess. And the Empress, too. The Empress, well, in the Tarot Mucha, she seems a little more laid back and more conventional, of course, in the Golden Art Nouveau, more conventional Empress. And the Emperor. I like the use of reds in both these decks. Golden Art Nouveau, a very deep, rich red, and a very nice shade of red in the Tarot Mucha. Okay, and then we move on to the Hierophant. And again, we see nice colors throughout. You can see the gold foil accents on the Art Nouveau, and we see very nice color rendition also on the Hierophant on the Tarot Mucha. And our Lover's card. Okay, so pretty much conventional here, RWS, and here we delve off onto a different departure from RWS. There's still RWS elements in the Tarot Mucha, but they're few and far between on some of the cards. Okay, then we have the Chariot. Interesting Chariot cards on both. And Strength. Beautiful Strength cards. And the Hermit. I like both these Hermit cards. I like this Hermit on the left here. Just like he's just your traditional hermit, more or less. And here we have an interesting hermit. She's female, and that's a nice departure from conventional RWS. And very, very nicely done on the Tarot Mucha. In the Wheel, here on the Tarot Mucha, you might have to look a little closely to find the wheel. Well, it's this floral pattern here, which I thought was pretty creative. But that's the Wheel. And Justice is number 11 in both decks. And they're both very good Justice cards. And the Hanged Man. And if we want to see what he actually looks like up close, well, there he is. Okay. And we have Death. Here, the figure on the Tarot Mucha, the figure is not discernible as far as gender, but it's a different death card in the Tarot Mucha than what people are accustomed to in a lot of decks. And we have Temperance. And the Devil. Here's another shocker. We have a female devil in the Tarot Mucha. And interesting. She's not very intimidating. And this devil on the Golden Art Nouveau, though, I think he's very intimidating. I don't like his eyes. He just seems like he's kind of got these almost glass-like white eyes. And just looks kind of, kind of scary. And our Tower. Both great Tower cards. And we move on to the Star. And the Moon. Now, the Moon on the Tarot Mucha was actually taken from one of Alphonse Mucha's pieces of art. And Giulia just took that painting and created a slightly different background to create the Moon card. And the Sun. I like both these Sun cards. I have a preference, I think, for the Tarot Mucha. And we have Judgment. And the World. That wraps up the majors. Now we'll move on to Wands. Our Ace. Two of Wands. Three. I see more of an RWS influence on the Tarot Mucha in the wand suit. I see closer following of the RWS in the wand suit. Although I haven't examined this deck very closely, I flipped through it a couple of times. The Five of Wands. And the Six. The Seven. And the Eight. The Nine. And the 10. The Page of Wands. And the Knight. And the Queen. And the King of Wands. Move on to the Suit of Cups. This is our Ace. I really like this Tarot Mucha Ace of Cups. Our 2. Three. 4. 5. The Six of Cups. 7. 8. The 9. And the 10 of Cups. Heavy RWS influence on most 10 of Cups. And we have our Page. And we have the Knight. I don't remember if I mentioned it or not, but Mucha was a contemporary of Pamela Coleman Smith, and I don't know if they met, but they were contemporaries. And he was also a contemporary of Vincent van Gogh, and they did meet, but nothing became of that. They were doing different art styles and so forth. So they just didn't really, get together and work together or anything like that. But he wasn't contemporary, and he did meet Vincent van Gogh. And we have a suit of pentacles. We have the ace and the 2. It's a female and the Mucha. And then we have the 3. The 4. And the 5. The 6. The 7. Eight. The 9 of Pentacles. The 10. The Page. The Knight. The Queen. And the King of Pentacles. And finally, we have our swords. We have our ace. The 2. The 3. The 4. This is another suit where the Tarot Mucha gets into RWS imagery a little bit more than some of the suits. The 5. As apparent in the 6th card, we have a boat and passengers in each card. The 7. The 8. The 9. And the 10. It's a very violent 10 of Swords card here. And why is the guy green? The guy getting killed or injured is green, like he's been there for a few days or something. And we have our Page and the Knight. The Queen. And finally, the King of Swords. Well, that wraps up the deck. Oh, the backs of the cards are nice. I really like this back here with Sarah Bernhardt on the back here. So, well, that pretty much wraps it up. I hope you've enjoyed this, and Please like and subscribe if you liked it. And thanks so much for watching.